This is a quick dish that I came up with. It takes about 30 minutes to make if you're looking for something different to cook. Just a little something that I whipped up. So we're just gonna call this pan-seared sauteed fish with vegetables, basically. So the fish that I'm using today is catfish. You can use any type of fillet or meaty fish. I usually either make this with catfish or flounder. And so, but it definitely, you want really a nice fillet piece, something without bones. So we're going to start off with we're using 6 pieces of fish. These are pretty small, but you can get larger. And before we start, I'm gonna soak the fish in lemon juice and water to clean it. And these are the seasonings that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna use cayenne pepper, black pepper, salt, adobo, onion powder, garlic powder, a tomato, onions, scallions, and all of these that I just listed, everything is going to be used to actually season the fish. And at the very last, this is totally optional. It's just one of my favorite vegetables. I'm going to add some okra. I'm going to cut those up, but you can stop. You don't have to use that. That's just something I like to add just to give the meal a little extra oomph, if you will. So now we're going to prepare to soak and clean the fish using the lemon juice and adding all the seasonings that I just listed. So now we're just going to go ahead and season up the fish. And what I'm doing is I'm going in with each piece one by one to make sure that the seasonings are evenly distributed. And the great thing about fish is that it absorbs the seasonings very quickly. So it doesn't require a lot of time at all. You don't have to season it overnight the way you do with red meats and poultry. And this is a great beginner's friendly recipe. It's easy, it's quick. Preparation time is an hour or less, and when it's all said and done, it's absolutely delicious. And once we're finished here, we're going to go in with the cayenne pepper. You can leave it out if you'd like. I do like to cook with a lot of spice, but it's up to you. This is what gives the dish its kick, in my opinion, and it's healthy for you too. It's loaded with vitamin C. And once we're finished here, we're just going to go in with the vegetables that I showed you earlier. And we're going to start off with our scallions, onions, tomatoes, and I'm literally burying the fish with the vegetables because I want to trap the seasonings with the vegetables, because this isn't going to sit long at all, 10, maybe 15 minutes tops. And so you're just going to coat the pan with a very little bit of oil, not a lot. This step is exactly 10 minutes. I brown each side for 5 minutes. You can brown it a little longer if you'd like. It's totally up to you. Or you could not. But for me, presentation is key. So I like to make sure that the fish is evenly coated and, looks very appetizing. And remember, too, that cooking is an art. So there is no wrong way, right way. It's just your way. You make the dish your own and you make it suitable for you, pretty much. And so each side, as I said, is going to be browned for 5 minutes. So that's already 5 minutes. I did time it to make sure that this was accurate. And then you're just going to flip it over after that 5 minutes is up. And then the other side is you're going to do that for another 5 minutes or longer, as I said. If that's, if you want your fish to be a little bit darker than this. And then once we're finished here, we're going to go in with the same vegetables that we used to season up the fish. And this is going to just give us a really nice saute, not a stew, because if it were an actual stew, then you would add a lot of water. And you'll see in just a few moments that we're just putting a very little bit of water. And I'm going with a little bit of butter as well. And that helps to make the gravy nice and creamy. Now, for those of you who don't like okra, you can stop right here. But for those of you who do like okra, notice that I'm just putting it in the pan. I'm not stirring it. Okra should be fully dried before you cook it, or else that's when it becomes slimy. And it's a superfood, so it's one of my absolute favorites, but definitely keep that in mind. I added a little bit more butter, and then you just let it simmer for 15 minutes, and there you have it. And we had this with jasmine rice and a staple side dish in the Caribbean, which is plantains. And you will definitely impress someone with this. So thank you for watching, and remember, your most important ingredient of all is love.